Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another episode of the Piledriver. I am the referee, Mike Allen. On my right is the family man, Tony Forge.
What's up? What's
And
up?
today we have a very special guest. Um, I'd safe to say that this man was one of my, what do you call it, a mentor, like look up to when I started my
Yeah,
referee journey. So
for sure.
I have very an intense amount of respect for this man. Look, I see his face; he's making it right now. But I'm going to give him his flowers. You know him; you've seen him all over Northeast Ohio. You will see him in the booth this Friday night at EFW. Porter O'Shea.
Well, thank you for that introduction. That's quite the compliment to be.
I
I
mean,
would I would I would I would categorize myself more as a bully, as a than a mentor. But
Hey,
I mean,
I
it's tough. It's
appreciate.
I'm from the generation where tough love wasn't like you didn't hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? So like
You're trying
I'm
to say
not.
I'm in a different generation. Is that what you're trying to tell me
No,
right
no,
now?
no,
oh,
no, no, no. The younger children are in a different generation where if you coached them the way you would coach me, they might get upset about it because you might have been a little too bully in your terms towards them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, okay, Smiley. I got you.
Yeah, that's all he's ever got from me is I can't. I'm just happy to be there. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm happy that you're happy. That's all it is.
But welcome to the show, my friend. How are you? How are things?
Good, except now I'm on a phone as opposed to my sweet setup at home. But aside from that, we're doing well. Excited for this week. Excited to see. I mean, this is a pretty action-packed week we have of pro wrestling.
Oh yeah, 100%. Friday night,
Absolutely.
obviously, nobody wants to go against WrestleMania on the weekend. I mean, people do, I guess, but I don't think that would be the smartest
Not the
business
smartest.
choice.
Yeah.
But Friday night is no wrestling. So in Cleveland, in Euclid, we will have EFW returning. Hold on. Kids today are soft. That's what Amanda said. I agree.
Yeah.
Devin said, "Oh Lord, here we go." He's happy to see you though, Porter, not me. He doesn't like me.
Well,
And
that's fair.
Tick
Chicken.
Bailey in the chat. Hell yeah.
Well,
EFW this Friday though. We got some big names here, and there's only been a few matches announced. Obviously the big main event. Bill Collier, you've seen him, Agent Zero, get his win this past Saturday at Rebellion in Cleveland. I thought he had had a match before that, Tony. I didn't know that was Bill Collier's like first TNA match.
That was his first singles match. Yeah. I didn't
Okay.
know until I was talking to people there. Right.
But he will be going up against the team of Hook and Shoot, Vanilla Gorilla, and the Assassin Kano here.
yeah, this is going to be some hard-hitting action to say the least. You've got a plethora of knowledge on both sides. But I don't know. You look at Agent Zero right now. He's having an amazing run that he wasn't expecting, and more good things that happen to Bill, better off life is. That's all I got to say about it.
I mean, I agree. We were talking about this the other night. Every time I've ever had any, and I did, Jill. I got Jill's sticker pack right here. Everybody say thanks to Jill. Tony, she bought a sticker pack from your boys,
Oh yeah.
but I
Thank you,
have to
Jill.
I
Thank you,
have to
Jill.
mail it to her. I'm gonna put it in the mail tomorrow. I just got stamps actually today. Um, but yeah, Bill. Every time I've had any interaction with Bill, it has been nothing but positive. He's
For sure.
always willing to give feedback in the locker room. He's been willing to watch matches and give feedback, on your match as it happens. And this goes for like I've shared from people with Dios to the rookie in the locker room like a Riley Santos. Bill's willing to help, and if you got to listen because that man is doing it.
Right. Oh yeah, he is. For sure. He's killing it on a big stage right now.
Let's not overlook his partner, though. Dio Salvador has been in the title hunt, Porter. You can attest to this at EFW for a while. And it always seems as if Ronnie Rotten, who regretfully, happy birthday, Ronnie Rotten. Today's Ronnie Rotten's birthday.
Happy birthday. I didn't know that actually.
Um,
You know,
he
that's clout chasing right there. I got to call you on that one. You're
it's
just
his
trying to.
birthday. I
I
mean,
get it. You're trying to stay booked. I get it.
it's
But
my favorite. It's my favorite photographer, Jose's birthday too. So happy birthday,
okay,
Jose!
that one you can publicly shout out. But Mr. Rotten, you should probably, privately, send him a message, maybe a bouquet of flowers, something along those lines.
No, this
Instead
is
of,
Piledriver right here. I mean, happy birthday. It's a happy birthday. We give everybody happy birthdays.
It's
If I pop
I
up in
think
the
it's isn't it
Facebook
Victor Bailov's birthday
and
as
I
well?
was just,
That's
yep, I was getting there. I was
that's
getting
just
there.
that's because we're scared, honestly.
well,
That
that
I don't
one,
want to forget to
I'm just saying, I understand what Mike is doing. He's trying to stay booked. I get it.
I mean, you're not wrong, but it is what it is. And as far as this match, the only other match I've seen announced is Night Mage going 1-on-1 with Cal Ray Lovecraft.
Those are two big guys. I think there's a lot of potential there for high hitting action, but yeah, what are your opinions as the person who's been in the ring next to both these guys more than I have? What what do
Night
you
Mage
feel?
is scary good. Night Mage is scary good for how the length of time that he's been in this business, which is not long at all. The athleticism from an older man like myself, because he's about dude, we're about the same age, and it's crazy because I'm like I can't jump and move the way he does, and it's you know what I'm saying, like to have that amount of athleticism in your 30s, early 30s, late 30s is just intense, bro. Like you can tell. We had Night Mage on the show before. I love the con stuff he does, apart from wrestling. Like I think that's super cool to nerd out like that. But Cal Ray Lovecraft's been in this business for 20 years. Cal Ray is a veteran.
Right?
Like that's
yeah,
always
no
I
slouch.
guess that's always like the thing you look for here because at some point does Night Mage slip up and that's where Cal Ray takes advantage.
Yeah, it's as someone who got into wrestling late, I think it's hard to be the 40-year-old rookie or the older rookie because you're making those rookie mistakes and you don't have all of the athleticism that you had when you were young and just recovery. It's just, aging affects people. Now, I'm not saying Night Mage is, you
No,
know,
we get what you're saying. No hate on
but
the Night Mage, but yeah,
but
we
it
know
takes
he publicly posted that he was having some knee problems.
right,
You
right.
know,
Where Tyler Jordan or some of these younger guys that we've been hearing about on the scene, those guys they bounce right back.
bro. Speaking of this fella, I got to work with him at Paint It Black on Saturday. I had an action-packed weekend, Porter. I was at Neo Pro on Saturday, out in Louisville for Paint It Black, and I was at CIW up in Toledo on Sunday. Um, but Neo Pro actually, we had some stuff, and I'm sure you've seen it online, Porter, already. But we're going to talk about it because there was some big things happened at Paint It Black.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not sure what order
The
this is
card is
in.
not in order. The card is
Yeah,
not in
yeah.
order. This match was actually the semi-main event. Was billed as the semi. Zay Garcia versus nothing tougher than Jeff Steele, which I've actually this is my first time. So like I've seen Jeff before, and I've never actually got to see work with him. Got a chance to work with him. This is my first time getting to work with him. Jeff's fucking crazy good too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jeff
okay.
is he's really I saw him from, around day one for him in training, and he was just that guy that kept showing up, doing the right thing. I don't think it was a duck to water type situation at the time, but now that he's starting to hit his stride and starting to get out more, it looks like he's kind of changed his body a little bit since when I first met him. He's like leaning up. He's looking great.
I
So
was just about to say, yeah, the first time I saw him up at AI Dub, I think was the first time I saw him. He was a little thicker than he is now. And that, you could tell by his mobility in the ring. He was moving. But I mean, obviously, the guy across from him, Porter, you also know very well. He's one of my favorites to watch. Um, the Boricua Bully Zay Garcia, your IW Guide heavyweight champion. This match was good, dude. This match was really, really good.
Yeah, I'm really not surprised. The products of the AIW Academy, they come out swinging. These guys are two great examples of it. So hats off to those guys. But Zay recently, he's dialed in. He's gone through a couple periods where you get out a lot, and then there's a little bit of a lull, and then he's booked and busy again, and that's dangerous because he's an ultra talented guy.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think again the first time I saw him was at AIW, but he was in a group. He's still in said group called BAX, BAX, with Vic Vice and Big Man Sydney, and I mean they're still running together because they still come out, and that's part of their introduction as a member of BAX. I haven't seen all three of them at once in a while. But when all three of them are together, it's very, very intense.
Yeah, when they were in an unsanctioned in Columbus, they're definitely a force to be reckoned with when they're on the road. The three of them together. Maybe that's why they don't get booked together all the time. They just, promoters just assume they're just going to run roughshod over the locker room.
Well, that Tony,
Honestly.
Vic Vice, Tony, if you don't remember, is the one from Diamond Royale that jumped off the balcony.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I remember
that was Vic Vice.
Yes.
So yeah,
I'm still shaking my head about that one.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
sure you've seen that one. That one was intense, dude.
Yeah, we replayed that on here. It was nonsense. There was no like visible, like there was no sight, a path.
No.
He was just going for it.
Well, I mean, go ahead.
No, I apologize for being so over the top, controlling the conversation here, but
That's fine.
but Vic,
you're all good.
Vic is, I remember when we were like walking into that venue, he looked up there and he goes, "I'm going to jump off that." And I go, "Stop it. You're not jumping off that today. That's dumb." And then lo and behold, I
And
look over and there he is jumping off the balcony.
And what was even crazier is it wasn't even like it was a balcony you could stand on.
No.
Like it was,
Right.
it wasn't. There
Yeah,
was no flat surface. It was essentially like a upper floor of this building. If you've never been, if you're watching, you've never been to the Diamond Royale. They got the floor down at the bottom, but then upstairs you walk upstairs, but it hangs over and you can see, and there's windows up there, and they're probably, I'd say, 3 foot wide, like 3 foot tall. This dude, he had to be perfect for it. That's what killed it. Because like the ring, you had to run. There was no way you could suicide dive, essentially, is the only good term for it, because he went head first, but he had to run and dive essentially through this fucking, like it's like a Star Wars hole. You know what I'm saying? Like he's hit the port, dude. Like it's crazy.
It was crazy.
But since taking that title, the IW Guide Heavyweight Championship from Mikey Montgomery, he's defended it at every show. He's defended it at, I believe, 3 or 4 different promotions. And his biggest test, maybe Porter, maybe you can help me out a little bit with this one, was actually revealed. Someone I'm not familiar with has issued a challenge for the IW Guide Championship. Somebody by the name of Mad Dog Connolly.
So let me tell you a little bit about Mad Dog. We used to go to Indiana, a company called Paradigm.
I'm familiar from Norm. I know Norm from Paradigm. Yep.
Filthy Tom, Lord Crew, a lot of these super heavy hitters. Hoodfoot was a staple there as well. And I remember the first time I met Mad Dog, I looked at him like, he's not the biggest guy in the world. And then I watched him in I think it was a match with Dom Guarini there. And it was one of the most like snot bubble type matches you could ever imagine. So Zay having Mad Dog come up, that's a baptism under fire right there.
All right. Well, I mean, seems like, again, I believe the people that talked to me in the back and told me, because I said the same thing. I'm not familiar that the most familiarity I have with him is I believe he has an IW guide card with him on it, and I've never seen him. So everybody was like, he's a badass, and I was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, he's the
So
type, Zay's a bit of a pit bull himself. So it's gonna, to be cheesy about it, it is gonna be a dogfight.
oh
Because
yeah,
Zay's got this aura or this attitude where he just thinks he's gonna run roughshod through anybody. He doesn't care. And Mad Dog, I mean, I don't know. Did you see the promo?
oh yeah, I was
I
there.
mean, how intense was that promo? I mean, that was, you know, hats off to relay that type of intensity in a promo. I haven't seen that a lot lately. And yeah, it got me excited. I'm looking forward to that one.
So on the 25th, and obviously we'll talk more about it next week when we go over the whole card, but Zay Garcia will be defending that IW Guide Heavyweight Championship against Mad Dog Conley. Oh, this match. Okay.
There you
So,
go. There you go.
Porter, you tell me your feelings first. Let's talk about it.
Well, Studio 86 has been feuding with members only. I know everyone's going to say I'm partial to members only, but after hanging with Studio 86 a couple of times, they're old school.
They're growing on you a little bit.
Well, they're old school and they're students of the game, and they really, like, I've talked to both of them at length about 80s 90s wrestling and the most minute angles that could have been something great and just random stupidity, and they're great guys. On the other side, I don't know if those guys, Jimmy and Patrick Hayes as a tag team, to me, is a little, it's just not something I'm used to seeing.
Agreed.
No one is.
Okay, so those might know, a lot of, if you're watching the show, you 97% know of my hatred for Patrick Hayes. And it happens. All right, sometimes there's wrestlers and you just hate them. The team up with Jimmy Shane, I saw a new side of Patrick Hayes that I had never seen before. And I'm trying. It's weird. I agree with you 110%.
Right.
It's weird.
It's weird.
But
Like,
I'm trying.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know if it was
ahead.
if I had seen him as a, more of that good guy in the beginning, maybe it wouldn't seem so odd. But that first, him picture I have is him walking through his entrance and everything and the music and all that. And I'm like, wow, what an asshole. Like he exudes that aura. So it's hard to see him as a good guy for
Trying
sure.
to be a good guy, exactly. But he's
I think-
trying.
He's trying.
I think you might have hit the nail on the head. He's trying to be a good guy.
He's trying.
Deep down, can you trust him?
Right.
I think that's a big question, and we haven't seen anything yet. There was a little signs, where he kind of took some more, risque routes in this match, because I didn't work this match, so I got to actually hang back and watch. But speaking on before we talk about the match, I do want to talk about Studio 86 because I will agree with you 110%. Porter, the first time I saw these guys, I had the absolute most hatred for them as wrestlers. It was the gimmick. I was a fan at Neo Pro. You got to remember, I was a fan first.
Still are.
I am. I'm still a fan in general.
Absolutely.
But the first time I saw these, I have plenty of pictures that Jose has taken where I am fucking nose to nose with Bill Martell and we're fucking giving each other the middle finger. I hated these guys. And then I actually got to sit down in the back and talk to these guys after the show.
Right.
Well, not even in the back, after the show at the merch table. I got to sit down and, like you said, actually talk to them. Yes, we talk about this all the time. They're the perfect heel wrestlers. They are the Derek Dillingers. Derek Dillinger is my favorite example to use because Derek Dillinger in that ring is the worst person you'll ever meet. But when you see him outside, he's not that bad of a guy. He's actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
You
right.
know, and that's the way that Studio 86 carries themselves. And yes, it's great in the gimmick, but if you've noticed in the past couple shows, bro, they're starting to get a little more cheers. People start to dance a little bit when the music hits.
Right, it's hard not to, man. It's almost that like what do I want to even compare it to? I don't know. It's fun to cheer the bad guys sometimes, and they're having fun doing their thing. So it's like, damn, y'all, you are kind of fun though. You're cheating and you're being assholes, but so you're gonna cheer them.
I will say this too: these four guys are all guys that can make you feel and believe something, and that's the beauty of wrestling, right?
Oh yeah,
So like you said, as a fan, you hated Studio 86. They were doing a
and
hell. They were doing a hell of a job.
that's why I have so much respect for them.
Right.
Because of the fact you're doing your job so well that because I can revert back to fan and just like have that kind of that's stupid or that I fucking hate that guy, like that's how it's supposed to be. And if you get those kind of reactions, that means you're doing a good job because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
What did Tick say? Tick says bad guys are really the good guys. Then the next match, we had the women's championship on the line as Porter's favorite champion, the gold standard, Jocelyn Navarro, took on the rookie, Jessie Blair.
Yeah, this is a bit of a student and coach type situation. I know Jocelyn's been very, very hands on and helpful with Jess's development. So this is one that I wish I would have seen. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I'm sure or
All right.
this is one I haven't seen before. So
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But first, we're going to talk about how Jocelyn put me and Pedro in timeout.
well, it's probably deserved.
We didn't
Yeah,
even
I
do
imagine.
anything.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Look,
if she did it,
she
I
got in
imagine
the
you did
ring.
something.
She got
You
in the
did
ring.
something.
Jose even got a picture of me being a great referee and holding the ropes for the champion as she got into the ring. And then she gets in the ring, yanks the microphone away from Pedro, and puts me and him puts us in a corner and puts us in timeout.
Did you hold the ropes the right way?
She got in. She didn't trip or nothing.
I
So
mean, you had to have done something.
Well, look, and we'll talk about it because actually, the Neo Pro Women's Champion will be a guest on the show this coming Monday at our normal time at 7 p.m.
Yeah, maybe you'll find
she
out.
was gonna pop on tonight and join Porter O'Shea, but she is currently wrestling out in Vegas. It's WrestleMania weekend. The good wrestlers wrestle out there.
Right. There you
So,
go.
no, Porter, this match was actually really good. I got to work this match. I was very impressed by Jessie because a bunch of people in the back told me that she was super green, and she was actually really good. The gimmick's
Nice.
great. The plaid outfit that she had rocking was going, and yes, like Tick said, the match was exciting from beginning to end. Even the buffoon that got tossed before the match started, we had some guy making inappropriate comments. We asked him to stop. He did not. He refused to stop, so we had to ask him to leave.
I will say this about that incident. I heard about it. Obviously, makes me very angry because people are people, and that has no business in a wrestling show, obviously. But I think my fear is it's been brought up so much that some other idiots are going to start thinking, "Oh, how do I get my little 15 minutes of fame? Let's do something stupid at a show." So
yeah.
Right.
Actually, I was super proud because I thought I'd heard it, but there was a lot going on. Jocelyn picked that shit out like it was fucking a piece of salt in the pepper shaker, dude. She was like, nope, stopped it immediately. It was like, we ain't doing that. Get him. And,
Hell
security.
yeah,
Where'd Porter go? We lost Porter. Security went
no.
over. Security went
reading
over.
Jill's.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, there he's back.
Guys.
That's all right. Yeah, Jocelyn stopped it real quick and was like, "Nope, we're not doing that," and security went over, told him to stop. We're not gonna do that here. He kept on going, so he was politely asked to leave. He didn't want to leave at first, but eventually he left. And we went back to, like I said, this awesome championship match. In the I guess you could call it the Neo Pro debut for sure, but in what would seemingly, I would assume, be her first like big title match, Jessie showed up. I mean, I want to see she's got a hell of a haluva kick, Tony. Like, dude, it was nasty, and I thought she had won it, but that Jocelyn was able to get her shoulder up, big old leg drop, and then it was actually, I think she got her on a victory roll, the veteran presence, pushed her into the corner. Jessie went for her move, which I found out at the time, like her finisher's like a version of the Unprettier, kind of like a Christian, and she went for that. Jocelyn pushed her into the corner, little victory roll up. There you go. There's your and still. So it was a good match, dude. It was a real good match. And like I said, I was super proud of Jessie for keeping cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I get, I get it. And I get that she probably hears that kind of whatever, that shit all the time. And that doesn't make it cool. But like the fact to keep the cool and just, like, hey, I got business right now. We're doing this. Very commendable and respectable for that too.
Definitely. Definitely.
Well, I think anyone who's met Jessie, done camera, has done, helping with production, ring crew, most people watching might not know what all these are, but any job that's been asked of Jessie, she's done. So for her to debut and be as good as she is, it just shows that if you work hard and you try to master whatever gets put in front of you, you got a great opportunity in this business.
Yeah, hell yeah. Because it was a solid match. I look forward to seeing her back. Hopefully she comes back again. You do have sometimes cards subject to change. Trey Lamar unfortunately was unable to make it. I can't remember actually who Hayden Backlund ended up wrestling. I was looking for Neo Pro post way too much shit. Oh, that's right. Shelby showed up to take on Hayden. And he was able, to dispatch Shelby Wilder and Peaches. But the big story about this one is that Hayden was upset because he, obviously had a title match that turned into a non-title match against not Trey Lamar. So he said something to management, and it was deemed later on that there will be a 4-way eliminator match on the 25th. Where there will be a representative from each of the Great Lakes, which I actually think is super cool.
Who lives in a lake?
Nobody lives in a lake, but they represent the lake. We are called the mistake on the lake, buddy.
Around the lakes.
Speak for yourself. I'm not a mistake.
No, you're not a mistake, but Cleveland is called the mistake on the lake.
No, I get it, and I do think it's a cool concept. This title is unique. I don't think enough promotions think of like regionalizing or having like an area like that. I think it's unique and it's cool.
Well, yeah, like you said, we have Mikey Montgomery representing Pennsylvania, the Great Lakes region, essentially, because they essentially get some Lake Erie too, just a little bit, I think, right? Not a lot, not as much as we got, but that's neither here nor there. He's got a little bit, so I guess he's part of the region. Mikey being from Pittsburgh,
count it.
Trey Lamar being obviously from right here at home, Hayden Backlund being from New York, and Adam Wick being from Michigan. That 4-way is going to cook. But Hayden Backlund able to get a win over Shelby Wilder, who, we had some big news about Shelby Wilder after the show as well. But let's talk about this match, because this match has led to some pretty interesting stuff. And, we're going to talk more about it next week. But Isaiah Prince, the last time we saw him at Kids Fest, he had a banger with Bill Collier. Like, I'm talking a banger. This Isaiah Prince, it doesn't tell. I hate it when, promo pictures, you can't really tell how big someone is.
Right.
Because both of these men are easily 6'3", 6'4", and they're big fucking guys. Izzy and Isaiah went to battle in this match. I've said it before. Yeah, I've seen Izzy go from being essentially a mid carder to now he's pushing himself towards that Neo Pro Heavyweight Championship. He's changed himself. He's changed his body. He's changed his whole, attitude. And the kid's out for blood and gold.
Yeah, it's nice to see his like you said, his progression into a more main event competitor and going against Prince here. I wish I
Well,
was there to see it.
not only going against Prince, he picked up a big win here, actually. A clean win, no cherry, straight wrestling. Izzy got a win. The big story, and I don't even know if it's the story that's as big
Oh.
as the answer.
Josh
After the match,
Jonai in the chat.
Oh, God damn it.
oh, Josh? Are you going to be at the show on Friday? Is Josh going to be there with you, Porter?
I don't know. I got him a bus, but I had it to Canada, so maybe not. I don't know.
Oh well, damn. Yeah. So after the match, Izzy grabs a microphone and says that the 25th, on the 25th, Wilbur's last call, Neo Pro 4. He's been here since the beginning, and he has a big idea. He misses Neo Pro Extreme, so he issues an open. He issues an open challenge for an extreme match at Neo Pro 4 on the 25th. I don't think it was even 6 hours, and there was an answer. And oh my Lord, I was so happy when I seen the answer, buddy. One of my personal favorites, one of the guys that I absolutely fell in love with when I first started coming to shows, Porter, was the Bev. Bobby Beverly. And he will be at Neo Pro 4. He has answered Izzy Lambert's challenge. And then come to find out today that somebody else has answered Izzy's challenge as well. So it looks like we're going to have a triple threat match, but we don't know who that third person is going to be.
This is, Bobby Beverly's like one of the, last of a dying breed. I know that gets said a lot, but I remember him and Eric Ryan, the Young Studs, just the damage they could do as a unit. Could you imagine if Eric Ryan was the third person in this match?
Oh my God. I see him a lot more than I see him a lot more than I see the Bev. We see Eric a lot. He comes to Mega quite often. We see him. So I've seen Eric Ryan recently
quite a bit,
but I haven't seen the Bev in a while, and I know that he is out there doing things. I think what scares me the most is, again, not knowing, number one, not knowing who that third person going to be is. But at least right now for Izzy, everybody knows that Bobby Beverly is not scared to bleed to win a match.
Yeah,
to participate in a match.
Yeah. He doesn't have to win, just to be there.
It's going to be. How many kendo sticks are going to get broken during this one? How many
light tubes, maybe?
Look,
and it's not like I've seen terracotta, like Bobby Beverly and Eric Ryan do terracotta matches where they just smash terracotta pots on each other's heads and shit.
Bro, I was there for that.
And I've also seen Bobby Beverly chain wrestle and outwork guys that were supposed to be real tough shooters, and he can go. So that's the dangerous thing. Like, a lot of the deathmatch guys, that you think maybe they just lean on the deathmatch stuff too much. Guys like him, like we said, Eric Ryan and Izzy is another guy that he can wrestle.
Yeah.
It's not just the destruction and the chaos. It's they know how to wrestle, and that's even if it was just a one-on-one match, it's going
Yeah.
to be crazy. Now you add a third element, and again, the fear of the unknown or not knowing who it is yet. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and go back to what you said about the deathmatch guys. I think a lot of people do overlook them or think that, hey, that's all they got is that they can hit me with a light tube. And I know at least for a fact that there's a group of them out of Northeast Ohio that essentially made their way in the scene through doing deathmatch stuff. And right now, one of them is the GCW World fucking Champion because he can also wrestle.
Right.
Right.
It's called
Like,
deathmatch wrestling. It's not just a
yeah,
death match.
yeah. The Kogar brothers, Christian Napier, essentially anybody that's ever put on a 440 t-shirt
I say
can
Vandal 40.
wrestle,
Yep,
but they
yep.
will fucking deathmatch and bleed and fucking try to kill you too.
Right.
So Izzy getting answered by the Bev. I'm so fucking pumped for that. Also, this fell into the realm of matches that subject to change. Brazzy Suave unable to make it, so Tyler Jordan actually ended up in a match. I ref this match. I should know who he wrestled.
Brandon Fields.
That's right. He did wrestle the professional. Damn right he did. And this was a great match because I've been high on Brandon Fields for a long time, Porter. Even back to the days when like Paulie and I were doing camera stuff for OCW. I thought Brandon Fields was phenomenal. I was like, this kid can wrestle. Like he's the professional. Like he takes that moniker to heart. Tyler Jordan can also really, really wrestle though as well.
Yeah,
I'm a little. Go ahead.
Tyler's a phenom. I mean, I would say this: enjoy him on the Indies while he's here, because in my opinion, the
Right.
only person that can stop Tyler is Tyler.
Yeah.
And if you've
Love to
ever
see
talked
those
to him,
guys.
he's not going to stop.
Well, I know that recently because again we're like I know we follow each other on Instagram and all that stuff. I know just recently he went down to Orlando for WWE tryouts. So like you
Oh,
said,
hell yeah.
enjoy him while he's here because he very much could not be here. We could get that message like, hey, Tyler Jordan's booked for a Neo Pro show, but we had to pull him because he's going to NXT to work out. You know what I'm saying? Like it could
Yep,
very,
yep.
very easily happen. But yeah, him and Brandon Fields cooked. Tyler Jordan able to pick up another win. That's 2 big wins in a row. Last one being over Shaw Mason, this time against the debuting Brandon Fields. Brandon Fields actually debuted at Neo Pro and kind of tried to put the locker room on notice though, because he took Tyler Jordan to the limit here. Tyler Jordan had to pull it out, Porter, to get a win.
It's not easy to be that substitute, that last minute sub. So just shows you how good Brandon Fields is. Comes into a situation that he wasn't training for this match. He wasn't really thinking about it all week long, and then he gets thrown
Yeah.
into it, and they end up. Sounds like it was a fantastic match from
Oh
your
yeah.
perspective.
Oh yeah. They went to about almost time. I think they were like said 1 minute left or something like that. Like they called out time. Like it was almost time limit. But Tyler Jordan locked in that crossface. He's got a nasty crossface, dude.
Yeah, a lot of people use the crossface, or try to use the crossface. So you're right. Tyler's has become one of the better versions of it.
I think one of my favorite things about him, and I was talking to Brazzi about this before, we found out he wasn't able to come, is that Tyler's big, like again, 6'3", 240, but he's jumping around the ring like he's a cruiserweight, like Brazzi size. So
Damn.
it was intense. And like I said, big submission victory. That's 2 in a row for him. We'll see what happens on the 25th. But I do know that after Hayden won, he called out Tyler Jordan.
That's a match I want. That's
Excuse
a
me.
match I want to see.
Oh yeah, I love Hayden. Hayden's really good too, though. So every time I've gotten to see him, he's fucking great. And then your boys, obviously, main event of the evening, members only, going against Matthew Taylor and Wilbur Whitlock for the tag team championships. Actually, some miscommunication here by Uncle Wilbur and Matthew Taylor cost them the match.
Yeah, I heard about this. This was the main event of the evening, correct?
Yes, sir.
And I think a lot of times, when you put a tag team match in the main event, and you got a younger tag team in it, it's a lot of pressure. But members only, they don't fold the pressure. They just step up to every big moment they've been put in. So That doesn't surprise me. It does surprise me, though, that Matthew Taylor and Uncle Wilbur are having an issue.
Well, and this doesn't. So apparently, I did forget about this. Trey Lamar's music apparently hit. Matthew Taylor, obviously, his goal is to take all the gold in Neo Pro. So he's looking at Trey Lamar in the Great Lakes Championship. So Trey Lamar's music hits, and Matthew Taylor gets a little distracted. That is when Uncle Wilbur came in and accidentally hit him with the low cutter. So members only picks up the win. But after the match, Wilbur and Matthew Taylor kind of arguing back and forth. We get the music of Danny Vandal, who shows up, says he has a gift for Uncle Wilbur, and that Uncle Wilbur's done everything for Neo Pro essentially. And then on the 25th, he thinks that Wilbur should get to choose his own opponent for his last match, rightfully so. Matthew Taylor grabs the contract and the microphone and starts just, hilariously laughing, saying, "Oh boy, this is perfect. Now you and I, Wilbur, can use this contract for a rematch against members only." Wilbur grabs the microphone and the contract. He says, "Matthew, that's a great idea. I'd love to share the ring with you, but not as your partner. At Neo Pro 4, I will be challenging you for the Neo Pro Heavyweight Championship." And then Matthew Taylor kicked Uncle Wilbur in the nuts and signed the contract and threw it on his belly. So
The stage is set.
the stage is set.
To make it, could there be a more emotional title defense? Do you want to be the guy?
I don't think so. I don't
Do
think
you-
so, man. This is Wilbur. If Wilbur retires as the champion, you get to walk out of a
Does
company
he?
that you essentially, yeah, he's already said. And I get where you're coming from, Tony, because he won the OCW title, Porter, and you saw that. And he said he wasn't going to retire until he lost it, but he did lose it, before his retirement
Well,
date.
don't get me started on that again.
I don't know what happened there. I wasn't there. I saw you upset with Glenn. We don't want to talk. We can talk about that if you want to.
No, let's
But so if he does, let's talk about if he does. If he does, when does he retire as the champion and just walk away from the company that he helped build on top?
I think that is the goal, honestly. I think this is it. Win, lose, or draw. The thing I'm thinking about is Matthew Taylor and his psyche. You're going into a match going against a guy that is saying that he's retiring. If you lose to that guy, what does that do for your career? Where does that put him where does that put him in the company standings? Do you go to the back of the line?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
100%.
And it's not like, and then what do you do with the title? If Wilbur retires with the title and you make it vacant, and then
we talked about that. You got to have a tournament or a Royal Rumble or the gold,
Right,
and I don't
some
know
kind
how
of
far away
eliminator.
Gold Rush Royale could
But
come.
I'm
Is
just-
coming.
that's a tough spot to put the company in. This is a high stakes match. It's sometimes things get painted into a corner where you think there's only one outcome that could happen. This I don't know which way this goes.
He could totally CM Punk this title.
We also just are assuming that Wilbur's going to win. Matthew Taylor could leave Wilbur in a pool of his own blood on his very last match. And
And I don't know. Part of me thinks, obviously, I want Uncle Wilbur to win. I want him to win. It's his retirement match. I want everybody to win the retirement match. I want, Kurt Angle's, the John Cena's, I wanted all of them to win. Unfortunately, it doesn't always happen like that.
Right.
So, Tony, you're right. Matthew Taylor could very well leave him in a pool of his own blood. We've seen Matthew Taylor, though, have a following, and we haven't seen some of them in quite a while. if you recall, Tony, you were there for a couple of them. The
Oh,
Beast
yeah.
Man,
A good amount of
Jexy Black, Hardway Sam Holloway.
What about these masked people?
I forgot all about them. The masked
Yeah.
people that showed up at the last show in Louisville.
I mean, let's be honest. Wilbur has been wrestling, longer than some of his opponents have been alive. And you think he
Damn.
hasn't built up some people that like despise him? There's going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
plenty of people who would be more than willing to help Matt turn this into a funeral, turn it into the saddest moment in Neo Pro history. That's pretty crazy to me if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know who these masked people are.
No. And like they came out, we still don't know. They disappeared pretty quickly. Will they show up again?
Only one way to find out.
I mean, make sure you get tickets. Neo Pro, I believe Pro Row sold out already. But it is next Saturday.
I would imagine.
I also went to CIW on Sunday. They had Now or Never. It was a pretty solid show. We had the CIW No Limit Championship. This dude on the right, Andre Stray, I freaking love this guy. He's great. He is the No Limit champion. But Evan Encore, we've seen him before, Tony. No slouch. Evan's not a slouch. He was able to actually Andre Stray retained in this one. Evan was the former champion. He lost it last week. This match didn't even happen.
Okay.
Apparently, I was unfamiliar with what was going down at CIW. I guess I should, I knew the matches were coming, but I didn't see. I must have missed this promo somewhere along the line. Apparently, Cody Gray broke into the Monahan's house and beat up Phil. So obviously, Landon was super pissed. He came out with a chair. Cody had a chair. They just started hitting each other with chairs. The match never got started. The match never ended. And Landon beat up everybody, including the security guard. He threatened to hit me 2 or 3 times with the chair. Thankfully, he did not.
Okay, that's
Wait a minute,
good.
it never ended? So it's still going on?
I get it never started, so I guess it could have never ended. It never started.
I don't think you know how stories work.
I mean, the story's definitely still going because they're pissed. I believe they're going to have a last man standing match at the next show at the Reading Rumble.
That'll be interesting for sure.
Saucy Josh Morris went one-on-one with this guy on the right. I was unfamiliar with at the time, but now I am very familiar with, and this dude is fucking insane. Calvin Coco, the modern man, Tony. This dude was good. He was good.
Yeah, okay. Calvin
I like this guy a lot. Yeah, I liked him a lot. He was super good. High flying, very technical, but like super bouncy, like Javon Evans style.
Yeah, okay.
Ended up picking up the win. The crowd freaking loved him. It was a great match. Ashton Adonis was unable to make it. Sam Beal ended up fighting. I believe his name was like Rod Lee or something. I don't remember. He was new. He got shoved in. He was a last minute addition. The Perminator did damage. I actually worked this match. This was probably my favorite match of the night. Tesson Gates and Dustin Devine have had some heat since they broke up. They were part of a group together. They had some animosity. Tesson's downfall in this match, Tony, something we've seen him miss a million times.
I saw that actually. I saw that, man.
Porter,
why?
Yeah, every time he tries to go for this moonsault, man, he misses every fucking time.
I don't know why he's so committed to I mean, I guess the one time he hits it, it's gonna be fucking crazy. But
Dustin Devine able to pick up a big win here after a crazy like Tiger power bomb. Which again on Tesson isn't an easy feat. He's fucking 6'3".
Yep.
But yeah, this was a good match. I hope they get some kind of rematch or go back because I'd like to see them go again. And I said this the last time I went up to CW. Porter, are you familiar with Jack Delaney?
No. Is he related to Colin?
I don't believe so. I don't think so.
Okay. Okay.
But
No.
I very much enjoy watching this guy wrestle. He's really, really good. He got a championship
Edgewise.
opportunity that he earned, and he got to go on one-on-one against Ren Jones.
Jones is
Unfortunately,
legit.
oh yeah. Have you seen Ren lately?
I haven't.
While we're walking the locker room, he cut his hair.
Oh man.
He got a bald head fade like us, dog.
Man, you got me all worried like he got hurt or
No,
like.
he's great. He looks
Now
great. He
he's
retained.
bald. Who gives
He
a?
retained his championship. No, I was like, why'd you cut your hair?
Yeah.
He had them big locks. He had the
was it
big
bad,
locks.
though?
No, it was not. His hair looks nice.
He
He just got a fade. Yeah, he just yep. I was like, why'd you cut your hair? He's like, it was time to cut it. All right, cool. It just looks different, you know. So, but still the same. Ren Jones went out, showed out against Jack Delaney. Jack Delaney's another that does a lot of bouncing. At one point, he went for a coast to coast in this match, and it was real good.
Nice.
He does a little thing where he kind of like runs along the ropes like a Ray Phoenix type deal, you know, and it works. So I'm very impressed with him. I like Jack Delaney a lot.
Nice.
The Reading Rumble is up in, I believe, Reading, Michigan is their next show. It is on the 25th. So get up there and head up for that if you want. But last, most certainly not least, this Sunday or Saturday and Sunday, we have the show of all shows. I'm pissed off that they put like the best matches on both nights are on the free TV.
Dude, that's right. But they're worried about tickets and subscribers or whatever and people watching and shit. And yeah.
Like, the 6-man tag team match, I guess, is okay. You know, like the iShow Speed, Logan Paul, that's fine to be on the pre-show.
Right.
That's fine.
That works. That works.
Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match is a pre-show match?
Is that what they're calling it though? Are they calling it the pre-show?
So essentially, they're not calling it the pre-show. They're saying WrestleMania Vegas on Saturday. These first 2 matches are live on ESPN. If you want the rest of the card, you have to pay the subscription for the ESPN Plus.
So I just look at that as let's bait the hook. Let's make sure as many people subscribe. And honestly, and you've been on enough wrestling cards to know this, that the first match out of the card through the curtain sets the tone for the whole night. So I'm sure anybody that's in this match is excited about it.
Oh no, I mean I agree, and I mean like I said, Fatu and McIntyre is going to cook.
Oh, absolutely.
Unsanctioned, these guys are going to beat the shit out of each other. And it's going to be great. Who you got winning that? Who you got winning the iShow Speed match? You got Usos and LA Knight, or do you actually have iShow Speed in the Vision? I'll say this is WWE, Tony. We can predict for this.
Yeah, and I have to like think about it differently. Like it's you know, I'm probably Speed.
I was gonna say I got something happening and Speed ends up like winning.
Yeah.
You don't have celebrities involved, or he's a podcaster or
he's a streamer.
Streamer.
Yeah, Twitch streamer. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna have a guest like that and you're trying to get new eyes, those new eyes don't want to see their person lose.
Yeah. He probably comes out streaming. Like he probably walks to the ring streaming on his phone or something.
For sure.
What about Fatu and McIntyre?
I don't know. Drew's had such a good run since he's come back to, or at least the last year and a half. But then you've been building Fatu all this time, right?
Right.
So I don't think either guy gets hurt by a loss in this. It's all about what story you want to tell down the road. But yeah, this is really a pick 'em for me. Like I would probably say Fatu because I think he needs more bigger moments.
Yep.
But
I think so too. That's exactly where I was going to go with it. Like, I agree with you. Neither one of them gets hurt from losing this match especially because it's unsanctioned and they're essentially going to beat the shit out of each other.
Right.
But Drew McIntyre's had some big moments already. Fatu really hasn't had, his
mean,
WrestleMania moment, his star moment.
He was a world champion just not too long ago. Technically, it wasn't for
Yeah.
very long, but he was WWE champion.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think Fatu gets a dub here. I think that's an easy win. Well, I mean, not an easy win, but like it propels him to be the star that they're trying to make him to be.
Right.
Next up, the ladies championship, the women's championship on the line. Stephanie Vaquer La Primera versus Liv Morgan.
That music video was something else, man.
You see that knot on her fucking forehead though? That was something else.
That was something else, bro. I'm not even sure whose fault you'd want to say that is. That was just accidental, standing too close together, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say Liv, dude. She's got like a movie coming out, I'm hearing. Like I'm thinking they're gonna want the belt on her.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe bet right there. You don't have her promoting a music video and being in a movie, and then,
all right, I'm gonna pick on the opposite side of the spectrum then, because I don't want Liv Morgan to win.
It's not about what you want.
I know, but I mean, I'm a fan at this point, so it is.
Okay.
And they don't necessarily have to do what I want, but I mean, what I want, I'm not one of them. I don't get mad anymore. I used to get pissed off when people didn't win that I wanted to win.
Okay.
Because I didn't understand it. But what I would love to happen in this, what I would love to have, because it seems like the Judgment Day is falling apart. I would love for Raquel Rodriguez to turn on Liv Morgan in this match.
Right.
I love Raquel. I think she's great. I think she's main event talent, and she's being overlooked because Liv's prettier than she is. And I fucking hate that shit.
Blonde.
Like, yeah, it's the blonde hair, the little tiny thing. Like, I hate it. Like, Raquel Rodriguez, what do they call her? Big Mommy Cool or something like that? Like, she's Kevin Nash and shit.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. She's got a great finisher move. That Tejana bomb is sweet as hell. And I think she, deserves a little push. But with the Judgment Day seemingly breaking up, obviously Dominic's going to fucking be fighting the demon. And I hate that they fucking just, broke that news on ESPN.
Right.
That was dumb. It would be nice here. I mean, I can see Liv winning because like all the like you guys said, promotions, the music video, all that stuff. But then, like you said, Tony, the whole making a movie. Don't put a title on them and they're going to disappear. You know what I'm saying? Stephanie Vaquer is showing up every week, even if she's cutting a promo in the back with the title on her shoulder.
That's actually a really good point.
Yeah, that is a very good point.
I don't like giving you any credit at all, but that was actually a good point. That was
sometimes I get a good hit on the head, dude.
Yep.
Did you see the Pat McAfee clip where apparently Cody Rhodes went into Pat McAfee's office in the Thunderdome and wrecked shop? Stole his belt back.
What a bad example that Cody Rhodes is. Someone takes up my neighbor takes my weed whacker. I don't go into his house and just start destroying stuff.
Did you see this, Tony?
No, I didn't see this one.
Okay.
No.
So apparently Cody Rhodes went into the Thunderdome, which is where Pat McAfee films his podcast. And like it's just a big gym and they got like desks set up everywhere. And he went over and there's a big picture of Pat McAfee and Randy Orton, like right on the front of his desk. It's huge. Cody Rhodes shows up after hours, knocks on the door. The janitor sweeping the floor lets him in the building.
Of course.
He walks over. He's got a baseball bat. He just starts destroying this picture. He knocks over the chair. He knocks over the microphone. And then he grabs his title belt, which they stole on Raw. Or on SmackDown, I mean. He takes it back. And he leaves. Of course, then Pat McAfee gets up this morning and they have a big, he broke in here. He broke stuff. Collectibles.
Right. Janitor's fired.
Pat McAfee had the best line, I think. What kind of hero is that? He's supposed to be the good guy in this fight. And you're breaking and entering, destroying property. Does Randy win the title? Does Randy get number 15?
I would love to have Randy chase Cena's record. I just think, those two guys were always competing back and forth. The story tells itself.
Yeah.
And again, like I do like the nuance though that like, yeah, Cody didn't exactly do what a champion's supposed to do in that situation. That line's a great line. So this will be interesting. I think you'll see a little your 50-50 crowd. And there's people that are always going to boo Cody just because he's Cody.
Yep.
But I think, good guy, happy dad, Randy Orton, I can only see how many times on Instagram, him being dancing with his kids and stuff. I want to see the guy that's RKOing everyone for no reason and having a conniption fit,
Cutting
afterwards.
people's heads off.
Right.
Yes.
That's what I want to see.
Yes.
So,
I got Randy winning for sure. Especially with the whole, this whole like you said, and then him breaking into Pat McAfee's office. This is.
Yeah, I think I'm voting Randy as well.
The Intercontinental Women's Championship on the line as AJ Lee will be defending against Becky. I think AJ told us all what was going to happen in the last promo. She said, "You've never beat me one-on-one." So I think this is where Becky gets to beat AJ one-on-one. And then, you know what I'm saying?
AJ
We won't
goes
see
away
AJ we won't see AJ again for a while.
till SummerSlam.
Yep.
They do a tag match.
That all depends on what happens on Sunday. I don't know who I got winning that title match yet. I'm still really conflicted. I got Becky. I got Becky retaining. Thoughts?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't have much of an opinion on that match. For me, Becky's been kind of stale for a little bit.
I agree.
Great worker, talented, but I think, people talk about it all the time. You've done everything you could possibly do in one territory or one place.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot left to do. So, I'm sure they're going to push Becky again at some point, but there just needs something to freshen up what she's doing. I think who am I? I'm just,
No, and I get it though, because I liked Becky Lynch when she was the man, right? The man Becky Lynch was awesome. Big time Bex when she started dressing like Seth Rollins and she's like, my hot husband, and I don't like that gimmick. I like the, you're the last kicker, you were a badass and you could fight.
Right.
No, when it was organic, when she got her face busted open, and the fans organically got behind her on that, you can't replicate that. That's something has to happen for her, I think, to have, not to replicate, but just totally go in a different direction. Whether, I hate to say it, like an injury or time away or something to make the fans really want to see her again.
Well, I think even the last time she got injured, when she came back, they didn't really care as much.
Right.
So, because she just said the same thing. I think it was on the Netflix show. They did the Unreal show, and because she came back at WrestleMania, and she got a pop, but I remember when she came back, and it wasn't
turned her right away too. I think the
true.
Booking was weird. If they would have done it differently, or if she would have been healed to they didn't bring her back as face just for her to switch. I don't know. Maybe her story just hasn't been very good.
I mean, I agree with that. It could be bad writing.
Yeah. I think sometimes too, I was thinking about this with Edge and Beth Phoenix. Yes, they're married. I don't know if those characters need to be together on screen,
Yeah.
I in some ways I kind of miss where, everybody knew Triple H and Steph were married, but they're feuding on TV.
Yeah.
That would be something interesting, they quote unquote break up in WWE, and it's kayfabe,
but real life they're fine. Yeah.
Right.
That would be an interesting way to go with it, because they don't, even from a couple years ago when they had them on screen together, the chemistry was weird. They just it didn't work. And I feel like now, like you said, them referencing each other and dressing like each other, it just doesn't.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. Let's see him be pissed
Speaking
off.
of her boyfriend, speaking of her husband, he goes one-on-one with the career killer, Gunther.
I mean, Gunther's got to win this, right?
I like Seth Rollins, so like, and I'm gonna be upset because I'm in the same boat. Like Gunther has to. Why wouldn't he win this? But like, why would Seth Rollins lose to Gunther? Like, it doesn't make sense because Paul Heyman hasn't like come out with Gunther anytime recently or referenced Gunther or done anything. You know what I'm saying? So like, essentially, we're just supposed to forget that Seth Rollins was screwed over by the Vision because everybody good on the Vision is injured.
Well, Braun Breaker supposedly is cleared.
Yeah, but they didn't want to just bring him back. And like that's what I said. I was like, why didn't you just bring him back? Like, why didn't you bring him back instead of Gunther? Like, why didn't Braun Breaker come out and attack Seth Rollins that night?
Are we gonna see a Braun Breaker hoodie run in? Or I mean maybe that's something they leave for the Monday after.
Maybe because they did the Seth Rollins things.
You know, but
I could do that. I could see that happening actually.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did something where, you know, Braun Breaker interrupts the match, John Cena gets involved because he's hosting the show.
That's right. He is the host.
Like, I could see them doing something like that, and it just turns into this crazy tag match or something.
Yeah, so we'll see. That. And then the women's tag team championships are on the line in a fatal four-way as the champions, Nia Jax and Lash Legend, defend against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, Lyra, Valkyria, and Bayley, and who I don't even remember who else is in that fucking match.
You don't remember that? You know that?
Who the Bella Twins are there?
Oh, that's right. It is the Bella Twins. It's the Bella Twins. Well, that's why.
The Bella clones.
Aren't one of them injured or something though? Or wasn't something?
She said Brie was rehabbing her ankle or something the other night that's why she wasn't it because Danhausen was messing with them.
Let's talk about Danhausen here.
Oh my God.
What are they gonna have him doing here?
I don't even care. I don't like for the people, Porter, that have never like actually got to meet the guy. I love every second of it because this is phenomenal. Like, and the people are like, I'm reading comments and people are like, this is so wild. This is like, why is he on my screen? And I'm like, just wait. Just wait. And it like every time it's great. The Kit Wilson in his first match with the Pyro and the Pyro guys were like, I don't know what the hell's going on. The accidental cursing of the referee was hilarious.
I popped so hard.
He was trying to do twin magic with the Bellas on Saturday. I saw or on Friday last week.
And he's the perfect character that could be doing something throughout the entire show.
Every show.
Honestly, if Cena wasn't hosting, I would have had Danhausen host the whole thing.
Well, and that's what I think they're gonna do some kind of.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna meet John Cena.
Yeah. So,
but
we'll have skits hopefully with that.
It's just crazy how, you know, he's doing all the same things he was doing in AEW, but it's just having different people to play off of and the lore of WWE to play off of.
Yeah.
Like seeing him sit on Taker's, throne cross chair or whatever that is. Like, it fits. It's you can tell he's just a huge fan deep down, and him just kind of playing off all these other characters. It's so good. And then again, he's another one. When the bell rings, he's good. So it's 100%,
like, yes,
you know,
those were my favorite comments that like I said, I would read in these wrestling groups that I'm in, and people are talking smack mostly. And then the comments that I would see that was like, wait till he gets in the ring. The guy can actually go. And I'm liked it because again, I've seen him at AIW at least twice.
Right.
The guy can wrestle. I mean, he's 90% character. Like his 90% of his whole shtick is his character outside of the ring, has nothing to do with his wrestling ability.
And what I love about it too, it's, you know, people want to say R-Truth Santino, but it's different. You know, it's such a unique character. Like, trying to explain what Danhausen is to someone who doesn't watch wrestling is very difficult. I don't know, like the way I've done it is it's Pee-wee's Playhouse, Conan O'Brien, and every horror host from the 80s that I can remember, like smashed into one person
with a jar of teeth.
with a jar. Yes, like it's perfect.
No, Danhausen's great. So yeah, I assume he will be heavily involved in all WrestleMania activities. I actually hope, to be honest with you, that he makes an appearance at the Hall of Fame ceremony.
Oh, wouldn't that be so?
That'd be great.
He said he wanted to be in the Hall of Fame. Why wouldn't you have him show up at the ceremony and like, well, they said I was gonna, get an award, and I got this one, or something. It's like.
And that's the thing. Like, as serious as some people take the Hall of Fame, you have to remember too. Like, yes, we are acknowledging people's accomplishments.
Yes,
but there's still entertainment that needs to happen. When the Hall of Fame used to be just speeches, and it wasn't as much of a television show.
Yeah,
it got tough to watch. So,
dude, it was some of the old ones though, because like Hillbilly Jim's the one that stands out to me, like because he rambled for like 45 minutes.
Right, and some of those characters, at the time they had managers that talked for them.
Yeah.
So to put them on that stage for that amount of time, it's not really fair to them either. But yeah, like he adds that entertainment value into everything. One of the things I've wanted to see is him and Michael Cole have to do an entire broadcast at the commentary booth.
Like together. Oh my God.
I think that would be great.
Oh, dude, that would be hilarious, actually.
That would be.
I mean, that was probably my favorite part. I think, when me and Amanda were watching when he showed up, and I was like, holy shit, it's Danhausen. Like when he popped out of the box, I was like, holy shit, it's Danhausen. And he did the little dance, and he walked around, and he gave Michael Cole a jar of teeth, and I was like, oh my God, the teeth! And like, I'm marking out because like I know all this stuff. I know what's going on. And like, it was, I'm so excited he's here. It brings very much needed comedy relief. And like I said, you can pair him with somebody like an R-Truth and have probably the best skit to ever happen.
And the best part is he's built for social media.
Yeah, I'm surprised R-Truth hasn't confused him for Sting yet.
Yeah, I wish.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's a lot that he can do.
I wish they could involve Sting in some way too, because that would just be amazing.
All right, let's move on to Sunday, the biggest, most explosive, maybe WrestleMania match of all time, dude. I'm so excited for this match, and it's on the freaking pre-show.
The live. Well, Brock's either first or last, so.
And this is the one where I will totally take Porter's, what he said into saying this is where it happens. This is the match to start the show.
Right.
This is how you start Sunday night.
If Oba wins, because if Brock wins and you start Sunday night with Brock winning, that's not. I don't think that's going to make the crowd very happy.
That's where I was going to use Porter's against him, because I'm in that same boat. I swear to fucking God, if Brock Lesnar wins this match, I'm going to be so pissed off for the whole night.
For the whole night. Just like, and it's a good card for Sunday. But
like he doesn't have to destroy Brock Lesnar.
Nope.
They can have a solid big man wrestling match. Where they clothesline each other over the ring. Oh, I'm pissed off.
Yeah, break the barricade.
For 5 minutes. Yeah. Oba needs to win this match. What do you think, Porter? Do you think Porter? You think Oba's winning?
I think logically that makes the most sense, but they love to do these little swerves on us, these little changes. And if they have Brock win, but someone else returns and helps him, or I don't know, something like someone gets involved in their match and it causes it, and it's then turns into like a 3-way feud after the fact. I don't know, like there's some ways out of it where I think you still have people upset that Brock won, but still want to see what's going to happen the rest of the night. So I don't know. Like I do think it'd definitely be going against the grain. That's for sure.
Yeah. I was going to say there's a possibility that Brock wins though, and that's what scares me.
Oh yeah, like
Well, the thing
higher
is, do
than
we
there should
want
be.
matches where
A higher possibility.
we just know what's going to happen?
In this one, yeah.
Okay. All
Okay.
right, fair.
In
Because in the SummerSlam where John Cena fought Brock Lesnar, did anybody think that John Cena wasn't going to get one offensive move in? Hell no. We thought he was going to lose. We didn't think he was going to lose like that.
Right.
So like, but now if this match starts and like they get Brock in the ring first and Oba's in the ring and they're finally face to face and they're not like charging each other, and then as soon as that bell rings, if Oba catches him with a fall from grace and it's over like that, that'll shock the whole damn like, wait, what? But like, I don't want Oba to do that really, and I don't want Brock to F5 him and it be over either. Like,
right, because it's WWE, I can't, and because it's Brock, I can't put anything past them. I could, right, it could be the opposite. They go to each other and Brock picks him up, F5,
picks him up again 3 or 4 in a row.
Yeah. And
Oh, I mean, Brock did it for Goldberg.
That's true.
Remember when that happened? And everyone was shocked. They all thought, all right, how are we going to get out of this ugly match where, Bill can't,
Do anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
Bill's not known as a worker. And the matches those two had, aside from that short squash match, they had some good matches.
Yeah.
So Brock can go. But again, you got somebody else heated up and ready to go. It's time to give them the opportunity.
Yeah. No. Dude, the promo that he cut, I think was on Monday night was what solidified it for me for Obafemi. Because the fact that he kept pointing at Paul and saying, I am the one, because Paul Heyman obviously always calls Brock Lesnar the one in 21-1.
right.
Like, so like for him to turn that and play it against him, I thought was fucking gorgeous. I hope Oba wins, obviously. The next match that's on the pre-show, in my opinion, could get match of the weekend. The 6-man ladder match with everybody as the luchador besides Rusev.
Yeah, that'll be
I
interesting.
mean, JD's not a luchador, but
Essentially.
he just does lucha things.
Okay, so does Javon Evans.
Oh, I forgot
Are
about
we calling
Javon
him
back there.
Are we calling them cruiserweights then?
Yeah, sure. Where everybody's a cruiserweight except for freaking Rusev.
Yeah, it reminds me of the one ladder match. I forget which. It was Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, where Kane was in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
That's right.
Everyone's like, "Why is Kane in this match?"
Yeah,
I remember
like,
that one. Yeah.
And I mean, it was the original. It was a 5-way, I believe, originally, and then Rey Mysterio just decided to insert himself into the luchador match, which I'm okay with, whatever. But like, I never understood why Rusev was in there to begin with. Like, in my opinion, he should, he's way out of place in this match.
I mean, I guess they have to have some kind of like big, like same thing with Kane. You're like, oh, there has to be some kind of like big guy for destruction, that can throw people around. But yeah.
Yeah, I foresee a lot of Javon Evans being very, very bouncy in this match. He's going to do a lot of running, but nobody will ever be like Shelton. Shelton Benjamin's got Money in the Bank matches on lock for doing wild shit.
Yeah, running up the ladder and like using it as a springboard and stuff.
Penta's definitely going to Mexican Destroyer somebody on a ladder, probably on a bridged one.
Probably Dragon Lee.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio is going to 619 or jump off the top of a ladder, and we're all going to think he's going to break his body in half.
JD will take some big ass cutter from Javon Evans.
Yeah, so he'll die some way. I did read though that they put Rey Mysterio into this match because obviously he wants his last match to be against his son, who's already in a storyline. So that's why he kind of just inserted himself into this match. Speaking of Dominic, he will be going one-on-one.
Who's winning that match? That ladder match?
Fuck. I got Penta retaining. Nobody's gonna take it from him. It'll be exciting, but nobody takes it from Penta. He's pretty exciting. I mean, if somebody does, it's got to be Javon.
I was gonna say maybe Javon. I'll go for Javon.
It's got to be Javon. It won't be Judgment Day JD. Rusev again out of place. I don't think win a ladder match. Rey Mysterio is going to jump off the top of something and break his bones. You know what I'm saying? Like that'll be
Right.
what puts him out of commission. Like he'll jump, somebody be laying on a ladder or something, and he'll do a frog splash through the ladder.
Yeah, right. Rusev will take him out or something. And
Yeah.
they'll both be out for it.
And Dragon Lee hasn't done anything since AJ Styles retired.
Maybe it's time to start doing something with him.
I mean, I liked Dragon Lee, and I agreed. Right. I mean, I'd be okay. I like the Luchador Intercontinental Championship. But I think they got a good thing going with Penta. He's been super over ever since he showed up in WWE. So, it's essentially like we were talking about with the Great Lakes Championship from Neo Pro earlier. You give the Intercontinental Championship to the Intercontinental guy. He's from Mexico. They said he was putting on the line in AAA, like he did at the last pay-per-view. Like that's what WWE needs.
Right.
They've never been really willing to work with other companies. So now the fact they got this AAA partnership is awesome because you got Penta going down there, and I love the fucking thing that Mr. Grande Americano is a good guy up here. Like El Grande Americano, like the Chad Gable version, is a good guy in America and a bad guy in Mexico.
He's the bad guy down there.
And like the Kaiser version is a super duper over babyface in Mexico, but up here he's the hated one.
Definitely gives you those Bret Hart vibes from the late 90s.
Yeah, so I got one of either Penta or Javon Evans. I can't really pick. What about you?
I'm going Rey Mysterio.
Wow, nice.
The last minute addition.
I think sometimes the casual fan influence sometimes can, and I don't think, if we're trying to get back to Ray and Dom, that could be one reason.
Because Dom
actually wants the match. Yeah.
Yep. And then you get Rey Mysterio's retirement at SummerSlam.
Yep.
When he loses the title to Dom. Yep, I can see that. All right.
And I would say then Dom takes the next one here. Give him a victory.
So who you got winning the Intercontinental Championship, Tony?
Oh, I'm gonna say Javon. I like Javon. That fresh. Yeah.
And okay, all right. And then I'm gonna parlay right into your other pick. No fucking way. No fucking way does the Demon return and lose to Dominic Mysterio.
Oh,
no way.
I don't know, man.
Well,
they love Dom.
Didn't the Demon have like a stroke or something one time and fell off the ropes?
I don't remember what. I don't remember what.
God
happened.
Killed him.
Yeah, the lights flashed and sucked back to the upside down or something.
Yep.
Was there. I don't know.
They have that Netflix
crossover now.
Well,
that's why he's back.
I thought he was coming back for that episode. I really did when they did the Stranger.
I thought so too.
I was like, he's gonna come back. You're gonna see the Demon.
Like that's the perfect way to write him back into the stories, but.
I think though, but since Finn has left the Judgment Day and went back on his own, and he got his old music back, and the fans when they went to Ireland and they played his original music with the that music, and they saw how over it was. That's when the downfall of the Judgment Day started, because they're like, we can get Finn pushed by himself again. You know what I'm saying? Like he can.
We don't need to do.
I always feel like that era of NXT. Triple H feels comfortable booking them in prominent spots. And like, I think the Demon not getting used was a Vince decision. And now is the perfect time for him to pull out the old Finn Balor Club,
mm-hmm.
And let it be on the bigger stage now. So,
yeah, because the entrance for the Demon is going to be the best entrance of the weekend.
Well, also too, like it was cool back then. They're going to update.
Yeah, like the graphics, the effects.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy.
Yeah, so I got the Demon winning for sure. I am upset that they spoiled it on ESPN and put it up just like this on the thing. Like, because they could have put Finn Balor, and we all knew the Demon was coming. But the element of surprise, you know what I'm saying, versus, Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio, and then Dominic's in the ring, and the lights go down, and the heartbeat hits, and the pulse comes, and then the smoke, and then the Demon comes crawling out. That would have been way cooler, in my opinion, because that would, we all knew, but the element of surprise, they threw it up on ESPN, so I don't know what to think. Go ahead.
I know, I understand it from a promoting standpoint. You want as many.
Right.
I mean, they're having trouble. I mean, it sounded like they're having trouble selling tickets, right?
I was gonna say, yeah, Tony, like Tony said in the beginning, that they're trying to sell tickets still. That it's not, WrestleMania is not sold out. And
I don't
part of
even,
me
is that going to sell
that,
more tickets because you'll get this? Like, am I going to pay that much money because I hear that the Demon Finn Balor is going to be there? That's going to throw over the edge, put me over the edge? No.
For some people, though, remember Balor Club guy, the fan?
Yeah.
I mean, that might have convinced him to go. I don't know. True. I'm just saying, like,
no, I get it.
They're trying to get every single person they can.
Yeah.
I just, like I said, it is what it is, and I hope Demon wins, and then we get him sporadically. He's supposed to show up after Finn has lost 3 or 4 matches and needs some help to get his fire back. Like, that's how it's always been. And then the Demon comes out and kicks fucking ass.
Let's get the Demon versus Danhausen.
Versus Abyss.
Next, we got the U.S. Championship. Trick Williams is trying to take it away from Sami Zayn. I mean, I think you got to give it to Trick Williams here, but who knows what they do with Sami Zayn these days.
I agree. Yeah. I think it should be a Trick win again. Like, I don't know. Hopefully I'm seeing like younger talent over here. Oba, Javon is my pick there. Like Trick, I they need new stars.
Yeah, that's a sweep on this one. It's time for Trick Williams. I
love Trick. I love Trick. The music hits, the trumpets hit, it's game time. I think it's great.
And it doesn't hurt Sammy.
Now let's use your logic, Tony. The new stars here. Does Jade Cargill retain over Mommy?
Maybe I spoke too soon because I think Mommy's always on top, brother. I heard today that Jade hasn't had a single title defense in 100 days.
Not one.
She's not winning. She's not winning.
The only thing she's done is attack Rhea on SmackDown and stuff from behind. She has not defended the title, not once. If anything out of this, we're going to get a really cool entrance from Jade Cargill. Her first WrestleMania entrance, because she was injured for the last one, so this will be her first one. She'll get a sweet entrance. It'll be, comic themed or something probably.
Right.
And it'll be cool. Rhea will also get a cool entrance. And then, like you said, I think Rhea wins. I'm kind of sick of seeing Rhea, though, at this point.
How dare you? How dare you?
I think that's the risk they're running. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some other outside involvement in this one.
I was super happy when Naomi was the champ, and then she got pregnant because she got too excited that she won the title. So
you'll have that.
Blood was flowing.
But yeah, go ahead, Porter. I'm sorry.
No, I just think Jade is there's so much there, and I'm surprised she hasn't defended the title. So I could see it switching it to Rhea because it's reliable. You know what you're going to get. I don't understand putting the belt on someone and not having them defend it.
Yeah.
This will probably keep me out of the WWE Hall of Fame by me saying that, but
yeah, it is what it is.
Right.
And then last but most certainly not least, the main event on Sunday. That's literally the only reason he came back to WWE, so that he could main event WrestleMania. He finally gets it on night 2 on Sunday night. The best in the world versus the Tribal Chief.
I don't know. I liked my CM Punk when he didn't apologize.
I mean, he kind of tried to pipe bomb. He tried to corporate pipe bomb on Monday night. Like he was like, lower your ticket prices and shit. Like it wasn't bad.
I heard it was
No,
pretty
but
good. I heard it was pretty good.
the apology though about talking about Sika
Yeah.
and things like that, like
Yeah.
let it be heat. Let it be heat. Unless there's like legit heat backstage, which I don't know. I would hope we would all
No, at this point it's a work, but considering
right.
his history with the company, some people might get offended. You know what I'm saying? Like I could see them being pissed off at him, I guess. And the way that
Right.
like from what I've seen at least on like the shows that they've given me, the Unreals and the Amanda used to watch fucking that was it Total Divas or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
They had that so in that show they also had like the girls doing girl stuff at their fucking house, but they also had when they were at the job and like backstage and talking to Mark Carrano and what they had to do in order to be part of the company or this or that. And like I remember one of the big things was Eva Marie, the chick with the red hair. Nobody told her to dye her hair. She had brown hair. Nobody told her to dye her hair, and she almost got fired because she dyed her fucking hair red. So
Wow.
like it I don't know. Maybe somebody backstage was mad. Like maybe he really upset somebody backstage because we do know that it's not a joke. Roman Reigns, his family is royal in this business. So, maybe he did piss some people off and he, public apology, make it right. Because he
Well,
didn't do it to the Usos, which I liked.
Right.
Like he didn't apologize to the Usos. He apologized to Roman. And then he also told him he was going to kick his fucking teeth down his throat.
Right. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, there's so much they could play off of, you know, Roman Reigns' debut. They could even brought up the old creative where the Shield was supposed to shield CM Punk, and
Mm-hmm.
he wanted what was it, Hero instead of Roman
Instead of
Reigns, and they forced Roman Reigns in. Like they could have went there, and I think
I
it
mean,
would
they
have
kind of brought it up.
it would have satisfied the hardcores 1,000%.
Well, they
But
kind of brought it up, but they never name dropped Hero. They did
right.
right,
bring it up. They did bring it up where Punk said, "I'm the one that wanted you guys up here. I'm the one that brought you up here." And Roman
right,
said, "No, you wanted the other guys. You didn't want me." And he did say that. They did reference
right,
it, and I remember it. But then on Monday, they also had CM Punk say something about not being born into this. That essentially he worked the megas, he worked the AIWs, he worked the gym halls and the concert halls and this and that. And
right.
so, I don't know. Part of me wants CM Punk to come out like he did at what was it AEW for the one show when he came out to Misery Can't Tear. Like when
That'd
he
be
comes
fun.
out to AFI, like if he comes out in the white, like come out in the white shorts, come out in the indie gear because that's what you're here to represent. You're not here to represent the royal family. Like because Roman's gonna come decked out in tribal chief stuff. He's gonna have the fa la 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 on or whatever it's called, and
Hey, they had it in 2K. Maybe they'll use it.
yeah, they have the rights to it. The song's in the game,
Yeah, like
so I don't know who I got winning this. This is the one where I'm like I'm on with you. It's a pick 'em. I don't know. I don't really care either way because they could have a good story play off either way. I love CM Punk. I always have. I'm one of the few, I think, in my friend group that stuck behind Roman Reigns when everybody hated him. And like he was on that long championship run. Like I acknowledged the tribal chief. I thought it was a great run.
Oh,
So,
there was people that didn't like that.
oh yeah, the bloodline and all
Oh,
that shit. There was people that hated that. And I was like,
no,
what?
that
Like, this is great TV.
I thought that was the peak of when I remember being in Philly for that WrestleMania and everybody feeling like, okay, Vince is gone, creatively things are getting better, we're telling better stories, everything seemed to click. And I know people second guess now, but like, yeah, man, people didn't like the bloodline? That's crazy.
Yeah, people did not like the bloodline. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was great. And then the way the stories played out, a year, 2 years later and stuff, it was
right.
top
The way
notch.
they were able to tie things back together.
But yeah, so I mean that'll be the card Saturday and Sunday. I know that we'll be watching, right, Tony, at the gym on Saturday.
Yep, Saturday we'll be at the gym. I
And
still got
then-
to figure out how to get all that set up. I didn't have a chance to yet.
Well, if you need some help on Saturday during the day, let me know. Zoe's got a game middle of the day, but I think she's going to dance instead.
Okay, cool.
But we got Saturday, and then Sunday is the big main events, all the big fights will be live. I believe everything starts about 6:00 on ESPN. Watch until it ends.
Yeah.
We went too long. We went a lot
sure
longer than
did.
we went a lot longer than I expected out, and we were going to go. So that's okay. But we will definitely have Porter back on here because I got some questions. We're going to talk to Porter about the POS 100.
Uh-oh.
We got some stuff I want to talk, but nothing bad. I loved it. I love the whole concept of it. Promise. But yeah, and like I said earlier, I appreciate you, man, for everything that you've done. Everything you've helped me with and advice you've given me in my career in this business. You've definitely, go ahead, get it up.
All right.
Everybody always essentially says I'm a younger, better looking version of Porter O'Shea. So now
That's how we're ending this. That's how we're ending this.
Now I'm just giving him shit. But no.
Hey, clip that.
Clip that. But no, we will see Porter. I will see Porter this Friday. He will be live on the mic for EFW Adrenaline, probably with his friend with the bow tie, Joshua Jonai. And let's see. That's it. Porter, what you got, bud?
No, that's it. I'm excited about Friday. Excited to critique you in the ring. Count how many times you smile. Maybe I could do that as a bit. I have a smile counter in the corner.
Well, don't I get it. You got to give me, if I get Brazzy's match, you got to give me off because he's be talking shit, and it's hard.
He does talk shit.
It's hard to not laugh. He talks shit to his opponents while he's in the match. Like,
that's perfect.
You can't see his mouth, so he's definitely like
nice. No, super excited about it. Again, doing the commentary thing's a different thing, and there's you guys are gonna see some other things possibly happen down the road other than just refereeing. So
hell yeah.
Well, make sure you get your tickets to EFW Adrenaline. It is live at the Neo Sports Plant this Friday. I will be there in the stripes. Porter will be there behind the booth. Tony will be in there in spirit. And then we have Neo Pro 4 the week after that. But before that, next Monday, we will be joined by the one and only gold standard, the Neo Pro Women's Champion, Jocelyn Navarro. Jill said, does Brazzy ever stop talking?
Damn.
I don't think so.
With the shade at the end.
With the shade at the end. So get over, follow Porter O'Shea on all the social medias. If you're an aspiring wrestler and you want to be part of the Porter O'Shea 100 next year.
There's not a next year, brother. It's done.
Oh, no, it's just a one-time deal. You might be on the POS 97.
Can't repeat wrestlers though.
Yeah, that's the thing. 100 was tough, but then I have some people that are upset that they didn't make it, and I said,
right,
I thought you'd be upset if I put you on, so you can't win.
The POS DLC.
There you go. Like an add-on. It's like an add-on. Yeah,
there we go.
Ringside pass.
I will have to send you some of the blooper or mistake, the AI generated mistakes at some of the
God.
That could
be God. I can't wait. I can't wait. Well, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you joining us. Like I said, we'll work out something and we'll get you back in here to actually talk about some real stuff, with you and wrestling and all your career and what stuff you've been through. But I appreciate you hanging out with us, man. I will see you Friday. Tony, I will see you tomorrow, my friend. Make sure you guys tune in to Mega Championship Wrestling Turmoil tomorrow night live at 8 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube.
As always.
If I don't see you Friday, I will see you back here next Monday at 7 p.m. live. Thank you guys for joining us. Everybody have a good night.